They're very important in Britain because obviously the Queen, and one must wear a hat in the presence of the Queen. Thank God, else I'd be bust. I was a stylist and I was doing a photo shoot about pearly kings and queens, and I needed that final detail. Couldn't find anything anywhere and just thought, oh, I'll buy a flat cap and I'll sew some of my granny's old buttons on, which I did. And that was it. Literally in the process of sewing these buttons on, I just had this vision. I had a sort of epiphany and I couldn't stop seeing designs. It just came like a bolt of lightning, basically. Well, hats are great because they are very expressive. They're like little stories. They're like theatre. And each of them has a different character. You know, all of my hats are a bit like boats. I do refer to them all as women. They're all girls, and they each have a different character. And what's so special, and one of the favourite things about what I do, is when my clients come in, watching them try different hats on and watching them stunned, looking at themselves in the mirror, behaving in a way or enhancing a certain element of themselves that they had maybe not realised they had or they'd forgotten about. There's a chemistry that happens when they put a hat on, and it brings a different character out of everybody, and it's a magical thing to watch. The biggest mistake I ever made, I went with my friend. It was the first time I ever went to Royal Ascot, and I could not have got this hat more wrong for going to Ascot. It was kind of like a sort of cross between Robin Hood and Batman, and it was a very uncomfortable day. My dad's a pikeman with the Pikemen and Musketeers, so I've grown up surrounded by strange accoutrements and hats and helmets and costumes and uniforms. I just love British heritage and tradition and, that sort of pageantry and the pomp and ceremony of England. Tradition is important to me because of how much it means. It's such a heartfelt thing. I just find it's the coming together, and it's that savouring things that if we don't keep a hold of them, once they're gone, they're gone. And then we become watery, insipid. You know, what is life if there isn't a deep passion? And I like the fact that I like passion. I like any kind of passion, whatever makes somebody feel engaged. My earliest memory of London, like very London, was coming up to the House of Commons when I was about 6 or 7 for an Easter egg hunt. I love London so much. I can't believe how lucky I am to live here. I love the diversity that we have here, and I love the fact that it's so world. You know, we have people from all over the world here, all in one melting pot, enjoying one another. It's like a really messy jewelry box of all these different people wearing really different things. I think for eccentrics to dress, it's just, you've got to let that energy out somehow. So, you know, if you don't express it, where's it going to go? I have a lot of different styles, and I dress for how I do feel, or I dress for how I want to feel. It's pretty easy to spot an eccentric for obvious reasons, because they wear it on their sleeve. There's just a magnetism. There is an electric frequency where we are all joined together. And funny enough, I feel it now more than ever, perhaps. When I think someone looks wonderful, I run across the road to tell them, because I kind of want to thank them for cheering me up and showing me something wonderful in the way that they dress. And it's so wonderful. You see them sort of puff up and they're like, oh, I'm so glad that you enjoy it. And it's just a really lovely way to connect with people. It's almost like inviting people to talk to you, actually. Starting a conversation with what you're wearing. It does take courage to dress differently and express yourself, and you are taking a risk. Some people will love it and love you for it, and others may mock you, may not understand it, may think you're crazy, may think you're a mad hatter or something like that.